Hey everybody, today I wanted to do a quick review on this Longshot target camera. This is the LR3 Ultra HD. This system right here is supposed to go for about 2 miles, and one of the reasons why I got this system is the fact, as you guys know, I'm a beginner in long shooting, and I figured this is one of the things that we probably as beginners look into. I know there's a lot of spotting scopes out there, but I figured let's try this one and we can discuss of the pros and cons compared to a spotting scope. So anyways, I needed something that gives me a long distance kind of view of my target, especially when I go out there and shoot myself. I wanted to kind of have something to where I can access right away as I am shooting. And looking through the different systems, I saw this and I figured let me go ahead and try this out and see what happens. So and also, as you guys already know, when it comes to spotting scopes, you're probably going to get about 500 to 600 yards. That's about it. When you get into looking at your target up close and be able to see how you can zero in or at least get on target, but that's about as far as they go. So being me and knowing that some of the people probably feel the same way, we want all the bells and whistles, or at least something middle of the way to give us the opportunity to go ahead and to get better at long range shooting. And I figured you guys might be looking at something like this. So said that, this is the reason why I went ahead and got this, because I wanted to really shoot around the 1,000 yards to 1,200 yards. I have tested this out at a little over 300 yards and it worked great for me. So first of all, let's kind of see what we're getting at here. When you do get this, you're going to go ahead, get a few things. Of course, you're going to have this nice case from Longshot, and it's pretty good protection for the camera system. The first thing you're going to get is this camera. The housing is about 10 inches by 4 inches, I would say. And then you're going to go ahead and get the receiver. Very inexpensive charger and really good tripods, right, for each one of those that you're going to go ahead and put these on. So said that, and you're also going to get your manual with it. Okay, so just kind of going over some of the features on this thing. As you guys can see, this system right here is going to give you the 2 mile range, right? But again, when it comes to the 2 mile range, they do tell you that you have to put it on certain tripods, or higher tripod. The better the height is, the better the signal is. So the closer to the ground is probably not as good. But again, you need a clear line of sight for these things. And so it does do the 2 mile. I haven't tested it yet. I've seen a lot of guys who have used it up to the 2 mile range, and they're saying that it's working fine. So the other good thing about this, of course, is the camera system, right? The camera itself is 4 megapixels, so it's 2166 by 1512, I think is what they said. And as you can see, it's got all axis, which you can go right, left, up and down, side to side, which really helps out later on, and I kind of explain, and you guys see a quick, I'll put a quick video within this video kind of showing you how I set it up. So again, the quality of the system, or the camera, is really good. You're going to set this thing up about 10 to 15 feet away from your target, and as far as the picture is concerned, it's really good. I didn't have any issues with it. Now there is another, it's the same system but without this right here. I think they call it the master or something, I don't know, but it's just the camera system, which gives you a 300 yard signal. Okay, now I forgot to tell you guys, this system right here or any of the Longshot systems out there, they have their own Wi-Fi. So you don't need to have, you know, your own Wi-Fi or cellular data or anything like that. It shoots out its own Wi-Fi, so you connect to it via your app, which is called Target Vision, and you can be out nowhere and still be able to do what you need to do with this system. So after that, once I set it up, I went, you know, took a few shots and kind of see how this thing kind of works. There's a few great, I guess, characteristics about this, right? Options. You have the blinker shot locator. Well, that means, you know, you got your target out there, you take a shot, it sees a hole, it starts blinking in that hole, telling you that's where your shot is, and you can select that shot. Of course, you got, you know, 1, 2, all the way as far as you want, but it's also color coded. So let's say you shoot one group, you have it in 1, 2, 3 in red, and then you shoot the other group, you can change that into blue or whatever it is, so you can see where your groups are. It also gives you the opportunity to record not just video but also audio, and you can take still shots with this, right? So the audio thing came out like it was a good option for me, because whenever I do go out and shoot, I didn't know that in the beginning. I thought it was just going to be video, but if you want to leave commentaries while you shoot, you can discuss, you know, the environment or any kind of notes that you want to leave, and it will save it on your Target Vision, iPhone, iPad, whatever you're using out there, so you can always refer back to it. So that's a great, you know, that's a great thing to have with this system. Also, you can, by putting in certain information, just like you guys know in the ballistics aspect of it, and you take, you know, certain measurements, it will help you to zero in your rifle. Plus, it would help you to calculate your group, the distance in between your group, so you don't have to do all that calculation. So it does that for you. Again, the reason why I wanted to get this, as you guys know, I wanted to go a little bit further than 500-600 yards, and this thing was $799, and to tell you the truth, middle of the way, spotting scopes are going to go for that much, if not more. And you know, I figured might as well get something that I can use for much further than that, much further than the 500-600. I really want to get to a point where you know, I'm shooting between 1,000 to 1,500 yards, which something that I want to see where am I hitting on that target, so I can go ahead and fix my target shooting. This is, for me, $799. It was a con for me because I know a lot of people probably can't afford the $799. But again, if you're getting into the long range shooting, one thing I found out that this thing is getting, you know, it can get really expensive, right? Especially from your rifle all the way down to your ammunition and to things like this. So one of the cons, I guess I would have to say, is the fact that the price. But I don't know if you can get anything like this for that price. So, and if you're getting into the long range, I think you already know that you're going to be spending a little bit of money. So I thought this was a good system to have. So the price was you know, kind of throws you off a little bit. The second thing is the difference between a spotting scope and, you know, and you're looking at this system, the Longshot, is a spotting scope. If you have a buddy and he's looking down range, you take a shot, especially those long shots out there, you might miss the target completely, right? But he'll be able to, you know, to get you back in to where you need to be able to hit that shot. Now with this, it's not a huge wide angle, so you're probably going to just see the target itself, and you're not going to be able to tell how far off you're off target. So if you're off target by 5, you know, 10 feet or whatever it is, you're not going to be able to see that with this. So that's a downside to it. But I mean, I guess they can make it to where you can be further out and have a wider angle and be able to replay your shot, so you can see if there's, you know, any kind of bullet hitting the ground or whatnot, so you could be able to do, you know, to better aim down range on your targets. So that's another con that I found with these. But again, if you know, you kind of weigh your options here, the spotting scope is not going to go any further than 500-600. So even if you hit the target, let's say within 6 inches, you're not going to be able to see that. This will be able to, you'll be able to see it, and you'll be able to go ahead and get back on target. So, or at least help you get back on target. The other thing that I saw that might be an issue, like I said before, you got about 2 miles, but again, you have to have a clear line of sight. So with the spotting scope, you look down the scope, if you can see your target, more than likely the scope is going to be able to see your target. With this, the way you have it set up, you got to be able to set it up to where you have a clear line of sight. And the fact that you're moving back about 10 to 15 feet from the target, you probably will need a bigger tripod. The tripods that I used, it was lower because I was shooting up into the mountain range, and it was lower, and I had issues with having, you know, boulders or maybe grass or whatever in the way, and I had to cut those things down to be able to see it. So that was a drawback. And also, not just the fact that you got your line of sight from the camera to the target, but you gotta also have the clear line of sight all the way back to your receiver. So if there's trees, if anything like that, you might have an issue with it. But I didn't have any problems myself. You know, where I shoot, it's a desert, it's open space, but at the same time, it was, you know, it was a little hard trying to stabilize my tripod on any rocks or anything like that. So that was another con that I thought you guys might want to know about. So, but other than that, I think it's a great system, and I'll be using it a lot into our other reviews. So hopefully this kind of helped you guys out a little bit. If you have any questions or anything like that, just let me know. Either I can find out, or I can go test it out and let you guys know in regards to this system right here. Again, thank you guys for watching, and hopefully we'll see you guys soon with something else that I think maybe as a beginner you might want to use out there while you're shooting. So let's see what happens. Thanks.